Episode 4 of the Hopeless Fan podcast. We're all back at Shelby, Scotty, Zach in studio. And guys, Mondays universally suck, but it's a lot better knowing I get to record with you guys.
Let's go. I'm so pumped to record this podcast back in Cincy with my boys in the same room. Second Monday in a row. We got a loaded show.
Zach, you're probably feeling better this Monday than the last Monday we recorded.
Yeah, I probably had more calories consumed in that challenge than I have in the time since.
We'll have to get a fact check on that because I doubt it. But anyway, guys, obviously huge news breaking on Saturday night when we're all just doing our own thing.
What happened?
I don't know. I forgot. Zach, what happened Saturday night? Where'd you eat?
I DoorDashed in, I think it was Ruby Tuesdays, got the ribs.
Oh, so Florida won.
Oh, yes. Florida did win.
Oh, okay.
So Florida did win, but Andrew Luck retired. Surprising retirement from a guy who led me in fantasy last year to a third-place finish.
This is why you never host your drafts before, like, the first week of the season.
Yeah,
right before the first
I don't
week.
feel bad. Because in the past, we were that league. We were that league drafting in mid-August because I had to go back to school.
Right.
Yeah. So, but now you wise up a little bit. Only cowards draft before the third week of the preseason.
Oh, no, that's just straight facts.
Straight facts.
Lamar Miller hurt, too.
Lamar Miller hurt. Really?
So,
What do you have? What's he
got?
got?
Torn ACL. He's out for
No
a year.
kidding. Alfred Blue?
Maybe.
Is that it's Alfred Blue season?
Well, you know who also just got released is Doug Martin.
Oh, muscle hamster Alfred Blue. Blues Clues to the AFC South. But anyway, so everyone has their take on the Andrew Luck thing, and we don't want to get into that because there's a million different ones out there, and most of them are kind of the same thing. But we scoured the internet to looking for the questions that people want to know about Andrew Luck's sudden retirement. Pete Briscoe of CBS. Did Andrew Luck ever truly love it? The street's telling me he might not have.
I mean, didn't you see online the clip of him and Pagano on the sideline where he's just like, you know, if we're going to go out like this, I can't go out with my tail between my legs. I have to go finish the series. They were getting like blown out. And basically Pagano had to spend like a minute talking them out of going back into the game.
Is that against the Cowboys?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
It was somewhere in Indy, and, you know, and Pagano was like, we have a division game coming up, you know, whatever. But, I mean, it kind of showed the, you know, what Luck gave to the game. We respected Andrew Luck.
Right. Zach?
It just goes to show that if you're coached by Jim Harbaugh, then, you know, that's probably going to – the odds are that's going to ruin your –
That's a tough take, Zach.
Yeah, this is a non-Jim Harbaugh slandering podcast.
Absolutely.
If there's a Harbaugh to slander, they both have terrible quarterbacks. But if there's a Harbaugh to slander, it's in Maryland.
Hey, Dylan McCaffrey.
Only one of them's got a Super Bowl ring, so –
All right, you just flex on that. But so, did Andrew Luck ever truly love it? I'd say yeah.
I'd say yes.
Yeah, say yes. So all three of us, yes. Scott Abraham of ABC Washington. Is Andrew Luck a Hall of Famer? And I'll start this one off. No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I hate this. We do this with Tony Romo just because everyone likes him and he plays for Dallas.
Because broadcaster.
Because he's in the broadcast booth and everyone loves his takes now. They're like, well, is he a Hall of Famer? I kind of like him now.
No, you don't even make it to a Super Bowl. I mean, Tony never even made it to an NFC Championship game.
Right.
Quit.
I agree.
It turned into a Tony Romo discussion, but with Andrew Luck, okay, great. He's lovable. He thanks people after they hit him really hard. But
Luck was on his way there, but he's not a Hall of Famer.
Right. Yeah, he would have had to take a couple more big leaps, as in getting to a Super Bowl, winning one, obviously, to probably cement it.
I mean, only Dan Marino threw more touchdowns in his first 6 seasons than Andrew Luck. So if Andrew Luck would have, you know, probably went on.
Just wait till like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, today's NFL because
We'll
defense doesn't
see.
win championships.
We'll see.
All right, Ben Volen of the Boston Globe. Do you question the timing? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why
yes.
was it? Why was it 2 weeks before?
Absolutely
get it,
yes.
Jeez.
Because this thing didn't just happen in
Right.
7 to 10 days
And
ago.
the Colts let him keep the money, too. They could have reclaimed, what, $28 million?
25.
They're nice
25?
guys about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Irsay obviously doesn't need the coach
Respect.
money, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a tough take.
That's a very tough take. But you do have to question the timing of it because, like, you could have easily spent that money if this happens in February on big-name free agents. You think free agency, you think Nick Foles probably goes there to reunite with Frank Reich?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. How
Hot take.
that could be a future thing is just
If he falls out in Jacksonville.
no. If Luck announces this in February, what's
right.
the NFL look like? Because you think Nick Foles, it snowballs because Nick Foles
Right.
might go to Indy. Flacco could go to Jacksonville.
Flacco.
Denver
could
could
be,
trade up. Denver could trade up and draft a first-round quarterback.
Or Jacksonville now has the money to pay Jalen Ramsey, and they can keep him long.
But who's their quarterback?
Right.
Yeah. But I'm saying really the quarterback spectrum,
That's true.
the quarterback landscape of the AFC is just turned up on its heels if Luck does this in February. So interesting to think about.
Do you
Maybe
think it was
we
the calf
explore that.
injury?
Who knows?
I don't know.
You know, it's if he thinks that he thought about retiring after the 2016 season when he couldn't play all of 2017, who knows what
I
it could
mean,
be.
in that case, the Colts could have wound up with Darnold and not traded the number 3 pick.
Right? It's almost scary. Quentin Nelson would be somewhere else. But it's almost like, was he just afraid of future injuries? Is he looking out for his, what he thinks his health is going to be 20 years from now when he's 49 instead of 29?
You think that the Colts would have gotten the chosen Rosen?
Oof.
They could have gone after
They
him.
could have got it, and Miami would have. I don't know.
Just
Traded
full
up.
rebuild.
Daniel Jones could maybe not be in with the Giants. I mean,
Yeah.
they seem pretty.
Well, we all know
hard.
it would snowball. It would be every quarterback would be different places potentially. Who knows?
So, is there two sides to this? Is there two sides to this where obviously at one side you're like, Andrew Luck, good for him. Not a lot of people get to retire before the age of 30 with millions of dollars in their health.
I think yeah. I mean, like,
Because
if he wants to go out on his terms a millionaire, then who am I to say, that's crazy? But
because we didn't do this when these there was a Steelers linebacker a few years ago that retired after 3 years.
Yeah, Zachary Orr for the Ravens. He retired because he had the spinal neck issue.
who was that? The 49ers linebacker?
Patrick Willis.
No, not
no?
even Patrick Willis. It was it was like a first round
yeah.
linebacker. After 1 year, he had a really promising rookie season and just called it quits.
The Ravens this week just signed Warlow, and he spent 1 day there and retired because
Yeah, knock that 49ers question out, Scotty, because once I hear the name Borland,
Chris Borland.
Yeah, is that it?
It sounds right.
49ers.
Is it older brother or uncle
49ers.
of Tough Borland for Ohio
49ers linebacker retires. Chris Borland.
State?
Yeah.
Relative of Tough Borland.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Okay, but also is there two
God.
sides of this where you think of a guy does Luck get any hate for this? Do you think? I mean, because we already said about the timing issue. Obviously, this timing could not be worse.
Hell yeah, he's gonna get hate. I mean,
But should he?
should he get hate?
Would you give him hate for anything?
I mean,
Because
initial reaction as a Colts fan, wouldn't you be I mean, that's like you getting so excited for your team with everyone
Right.
has Super Bowl aspirations, and it's just
Right.
just getting your season's basically not going to be.
yeah, you're not going to the shit.
you are so happy about football
It's like-
starting, and then it just is crashed under your feet. Whereas
I think he
if
definitely quit. Obviously, he quit on his
Yeah.
team because they went through training camp saying he'll be back, he'll be fine,
right.
and he
He
practices.
said he would.
Yeah, he practices a little bit, and we think of Vontae Davis when he walked out on the Bills. It was universal hate. You don't do that.
Right
But,
at halftime,
Yeah, but
2
where's
weeks before.
where's his praise? Just oh, he's retiring and millionaire.
Well,
Hell,
obviously, Vontae Davis isn't going to go down as
it's different when it's a quarterback.
Andrew Luck's legacy is going to loom much larger
Yeah.
than Vontae Davis's ever did.
Okay, so I think we're pretty much all in agreement with these.
So I got one from Stephen A. Smith on First Take. He's saying that Andrew Luck retired early due to the fact probably because he wasn't protected enough by Indianapolis and they didn't surround him with a good enough offensive line throughout the years to keep him upright.
If that was the case, then Matthew Stafford should have retired 10 years ago.
That's true.
I think-
Andy Dalton might retire this year.
It's a combination of two factors. One, the kind of protection you get up front, and also just your anatomy and how prone you are to injury. And I think he's just one of those guys who's you look at his hairline. He's 29. He's got the hair of a 49-year-old. So what do you think his bones are like?
I mean, I think the whole take is bullshit. I mean, because I know he got hurt against Denver. When he hurt his shoulder, it was largely attributed to a kidney injury / shoulder injury he got by diving into a linebacker running, for a first down. So he puts his body on the line intentionally.
Yeah, there's two sides to this because Luck is the guy that does not slide
Exactly.
100% of the time. Yeah, because there's definitely times where he would try to stay in bounds for the extra 5 yards. So definitely two sides to that because you've seen it a million times because it was a bad offensive line they had. I mean, terrible. And Chuck Pagano, they had those offenses that were they were developing right until last year. How many times you saw the Colts play last year? It was dink and dunk drag routes over the middle to protect Luck's arm. They even put Jacoby Brissett in the game to throw Hail Marys. So there's definitely two sides to Stephen A's story.
Did you hear the take that he got his tire slashed?
What?
Andrew
No.
Luck got his tire slashed
By who?
In
Colts fan?
By a Colts fan.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's gonna have to have his car retired too. Was that good?
That's good.
On to the next
That's good.
segment.
But
Well,
no,
actually, I don't know if that's a true story or not.
Oh.
It might be.
but I do have one more question to this. Who do you think is the next big name to retire unexpectedly? Because I have one. If brainstorming. Because I didn't propose this to you guys off air.
Right.
This is a live reaction where you kind of got to dig.
I would say Nick Foles would be mine.
Yeah.
It's kinda
just
late.
Because
He's
yes,
been-
but it's also the thing. He had this whole drama during the offseason with his wife and their struggles with fertility and whatnot. That kind of thing can. Did you not see that story?
I've seen it.
Yeah. So I mean, that kind of stuff. Obviously, it happened with again. Back
Big
to
Dick
the
Nick can
Ravens.
go out with a ring and a millionaire.
I
you
would
know?
say Cam Newton.
Cam Newton
Yeah.
can go out.
Yeah, I
would
mean,
say that.
like
Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
A
like
lot of
two.
those mobile quarterbacks.
Right. Well, you had like 2 years ago where Cam Newton, as I binge
He got
watched,
in
or
that
last.
car, he got in that car wreck.
Well, but last year was actually because I binge watched All or Nothing the last 4 seasons, all in the last 2 weeks. But he had last year when he could not throw the ball. He could not throw it over 15 yards. And plus, like you mentioned with those mobile quarterbacks, Cam he's in the shotgun from the 1 yard line, and it's like, I'm running and jumping as high as I can on this play.
Right.
Please hit me.
Yeah. Well, actually, who's the player with the eating problem? Who's probably just going to get too fat and have to get out of the NFL?
Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy, he's already out of the NFL.
Well, yeah. Well, that already happened. So who's the next one?
I don't know. I feel like there's
I
every.
thought Rashad Penny had a chance to, right?
Oh,
Was
that's true.
C.J. Anderson was probably out.
CJ
He
Anderson's
ate too much Wheaties.
close. Is he still out?
No, he's with the Lions now.
Well,
Oh, okay.
if we want to jump leagues, we can go to the NBA and Zion Williamson off that gumbo.
We'll see. I don't know. Zion Williamson hasn't really shown anything that he's not going to be epic.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have someone that retires because of food. Because the Lacy,
And I'll shout him out.
knowing that Eddie Lacy used to, he had those tweets resurface where he's like, oh, I just found a McGriddle in my pocket. That's an all-time.
What am I going to eat today? That's a Zach tweet.
Yeah, exactly. Now on the topic of Peyton Manning and luck, it's going to be into my for-year reference, and I'm going to propose a question to you guys.
All right, let's hear it.
Because really, I saw this where really the two can't-miss prospects at number one, like the last 20 or so, 25 years.
Yep.
Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, and the Colts got both of them. You can go even further and say the Colts got John Elway too.
Yeah.
But we'll just say
The Broncos have never won a Super Bowl without a Colts drafted QB. There you go. That's a
for-year
for-year
reference right there. But so Peyton Manning and Luck. Peyton, 12-10 in the playoffs. They went to the playoffs 11 times with Peyton. They missed the playoffs only twice. They were one and done 7 times. So Peyton Manning is one of the most overrated playoff quarterbacks ever. 2 conference championships and a Super Bowl. Luck, 6 seasons. They were 4-4 in the playoffs. They missed it twice. They made it 4 times. One and done. No Super Bowls, no conference championships. Peyton and Luck combined. In 19 seasons with the Colts, they made the playoffs 15 times. They only missed it 4 times. They were one and done 8 out of those 15 times.
Wow.
2 conference championships and a Super Bowl. So over half the time, well, that'll just feed the question, did the Colts, kind of blow it, winning only 1 Super Bowl with these 2 quarterbacks?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And also everyone else in the AFC South rolling over in their grave because they've just dominated that division over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
It's like, Colts fans, I mean, yeah, I think the Colts blew it, but obviously Colts fans shouldn't even be
Colts fans log off.
Yeah. They shouldn't be salty about, anything at this point because they've been generous enough, or the Colts, front office has been generous enough to give them enough talent for the last 15 years.
Smile because don't cry because it ended, smile because it happened. Is that the phrase?
Right.
Yeah.
If you'd ask any other team in the AFC South, if would you rather have the time that you've had with your team or the Colts? Obviously,
Right.
they're going to say, yeah, the Colts, they have a Super Bowl.
Right. But just going one and done with those 2 quarterbacks, 8 out of the 15 times you made the playoffs, that's tough.
Yeah. But you also play in a, usually shit division too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only
Yeah.
once in a blue moon, the Jaguars and
Yeah.
Texans will make things interesting.
It's something to be said that I don't think between the Titans, Jaguars, and Texans, I think if math serves,
half of
only-
them are expansion teams, too.
well,
so,
only one of them even made the Super Bowl. That was the Titans. They lost by a yard.
so Eddie
Not
George,
in the 15 years though.
No, 19 years with Manning drafted in 98.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so only one of them even made, and that was before it was even the AFC South.
Right.
And then so since it was the AFC South, the divisions realigned in 2002.
Right.
Only one team, the Jaguars, in 17 even made the conference championship.
Yeah.
So something to be said about a weak division. don't
I mean,
really-
they're the Patriots of the. they're the
yeah.
Patriots.
I was just about to say this. Like the AFC East and AFC South is like.
Yeah, just the
No,
one.
you wonder why
powerhouse.
we've gotten so many Brady Manning bowls.
Yeah.
That's why.
But then the AFC North and AFC West are always just
yeah,
so competitive.
very competitive. I'd rather be in that.
Me too,
Rather being a
actually.
Dolphins fan.
Fist
But
bump.
yeah,
Knuckles.
fist bump that.
Dap.
So now we'll go to our stand of the week, and I'll go first since mine feeds into this Luck stuff, and it's Bill Belichick. His quote about Luck retiring: "He's a good player. I didn't see that, but I don't really follow them." End quote. Perfect Bill Belichick
That's
because like
bullshit.
yeah, I know. He knows.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know, his office has got the whole Patriots facility has NFL Network playing 24/7. I'm sure. So
And that
like,
came
act
out at
he
like
didn't see
that
it.
came out like this afternoon. Like no one told him this morning. Like even an assistant was like, "Did you see Luck retired?"
Right.
Totally playing it for the cameras. But I do like about Belichick is that like if you ask him straight up about the Colts drama and Deflategate, he would just be like, "We're on to the 2019 season. We're just trying to start 1-0."
Right.
But then these subtle jabs about I don't follow them. Like the biggest story in the NFL.
rivalry is back on.
Yeah, the biggest story in the NFL in 2019 since the Super Bowl, and he doesn't know.
Yeah, he
come-
might be the biggest troll in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. That's like Jeff Fisher sending out the players the Rams got in the RG3 trade to the coin toss.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like Jeff Fisher's like, yeah, I actually did that. It's like, no, I'm not trying to hide it. I did it. Bill Belichick would have been like, no, like they had a good week of practice. And just can't believe it happened to turn out to be that trade. We're on to Cincinnati.
I actually didn't know that trade happened until you guys just told me here in the press conference.
Yeah. All right, Scotty, yours kind of feeds into the Andrew Luck drama, stand of the week.
Yeah, it does, and it also feeds into what you just said. My stand of the week is Robert Griffin III.
Did not plan that. I did not know yours was RG3.
Did you? I thought you looked at the paper.
I just did when I asked the question. I saw the phrase RG3. I said, oh, it feeds in. But before I
Oh.
read your paper just now, did not know yours fed into that.
Yeah. Well, it's RG3
Mhm.
because he outlasted Andrew Luck. And also, he today on First Take said he went on there and said he wants to play till he's 45 years old.
RG3 said that
RG3 says he wants to play till he's 45 years old.
on a practice squad?
I don't know, man. I mean, like you gotta have some brass ones to not only outlast Andrew Luck, even though it was only at 29, but also say that you're gonna play till 45. Kind of just like showing off at
Yeah.
this point.
He's
I mean, like, come
no,
on, show
no.
some respect for the man.
Yeah, no, I want to play till I'm 45 because I love the game. Basically what he just
Yeah,
said.
you gotta love it.
Zach, put your hair down again. He looks like he just got out of the well and he's haunting people through the TV.
He also
God.
looks like circa 2007 Punk the kid.
You know,
Yeah. Do you hate your dad?
Yeah. So sometimes you guys are like my parents, and sometimes you just gotta lash out because producing can get a little drab sometimes. You just gotta make things interesting. So I'm over here messing with my hair. I get my hair cut on Thursday, so
Oh, I'm sure everyone cares.
He
have
just
some
scarfed
fun with it
down.
while I
He just
can.
scarfed down 4 beef sticks. Now he's feeling himself.
2 cookies.
1.5.
Yeah.
You had the other half.
So
Fat fuck.
yeah. So no holidays really coming up. I guess we have Labor Day, but since it's August and we kind of want to get into the season of giving right now,
Yep.
we want to give. It's Christmas in August.
Yeah, Zach just fat shamed me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
We have Christmas in August. We'll probably do Christmas in September, and then we'll do like Christmas on Christmas, like
First time getting fat shamed.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do Christmas in August, and we're gonna give a present, an early Christmas present to 2 NFL teams. Do you want to go like 1-1-1-1?
No, I want to go first.
I
I want to go all. No, I want to go all at
One.
once.
I have 2 as
Oh,
well.
you have 2?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Zach
do you
has
want
2.
to? What do you want the order to be? I'll go first.
No,
Scotty goes first.
Scotty goes first.
Scotty, Zach, me.
That's perfect.
All right,
do
go
it.
ahead, Scott.
All right, so I did a
Scott's
little.
jumping at this.
I went on a limb and put a little twist to this segment. So instead of 2 NFL teams, I gave it a little Wizard of Oz treatment.
Okay.
I'm giving it 4 teams.
Oh, Jesus.
And
All right, so
to the
screw our order.
to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I'm gonna do it all at once.
Let him do
Oh,
2
okay.
at a time.
For the Dallas Cowboys, I'm gonna give the gift of courage, so that Jerry Jones will sign Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and has the courage to give Dak Prescott that $40 million and Amari Cooper.
So the Cowboys are the cowardly lion.
Exactly.
Put them up. Put them up.
Bro.
I'll fight you with one running back behind my back.
Right, they're the Kyler Lewis.
I'll fight you with Dak throwing left-handed. I'll throw to the ghost of Des Bryant.
It will be the ghost if Amari Cooper holds out next year.
Okay.
For For the New York Football Giants, I'm going to give a heart. The heart to tell Eli Manning that he's washed, and Daniel Jones deserves to start
It
Ooh.
doesn't take much heart.
because we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Trade Eli Manning to like the Bengals or something,
Yeah.
and let him wash away.
So like the Giants, like who's their head coach? I'm gonna do a Wizard of Oz quote for
Shermer?
every
Pat
Pat
Shermer,
Shermer.
yeah.
He's like got the tin can, like these tinfoil. He's like, go ahead, bang on it. And it's just like Eli Manning's face on his chest. Like,
someone please
go ahead,
create that
bang
meme.
on it. Yeah.
And to the Oakland Raiders, I'm going to give a brain because they probably should have known while trading for AB and giving up all that he was going to cause some clownish issues and problems right off the bat. And here we are, and they're ruining my Hard Knocks coverage because I really don't give a shit about the helmet anymore.
I'm trying to think of a brain quote.
We had a brain.
Well, yeah, that's a given. But like another quote he has, I don't know. Go ahead.
They tore my limbs off and threw them over there.
Antonio with his
They
feet.
threw my helmet off and threw it over there. They threw it in 2012.
What about his feet? You're missing
Yeah.
the actual limbs. And to the San Diego Chargers, I'm going to throw a bone to San Diego
San
and give them
Diego.
back their team from LA.
Go home.
So they're going to clap their heels 3 times from LA and return home to their
San Diego.
little San Diego paradise. And that's my Christmas in August.
So like Anthony Lynn is talking to like Austin Eckler. He's like, I'll miss you most of all. And Melvin Gordon's like, oh, really? That's kind of low.
Melvin Gordon is Toto. It's like nobody ever thinks about him the whole time.
Okay, Zach, let's hear yours.
All right, so mine's going to be, I'm going to start with my own team, the Ravens. A freaking good offensive line for the first time since, giving up 2 leads to the Patriots in the playoffs.
I think you're
14
bitching about
points.
nothing. I've never
Yeah,
seen the Ravens
seriously.
really have that bad offensive
Like if
line.
anyone on this
Marshall
Because nobody-
if
nobody
anyone on
pays
this
attention.
set needed an offensive line, whose team? Like,
right, both of them.
right. All right, go ahead, Zach. This is
it's
awful.
Just what?
I'm just kidding. Go
Come
ahead.
on. The Alex Lewis garbage. The what's his name from Oklahoma? His dad played for the Ravens.
Okay, go
a while
on.
ago.
Who,
Okay.
I don't
Ray
know who
Lewis.
these scrubs are.
No, okay. Really, Marshall Yanda is the only solid
Shannon
offensive
Sharp,
lineman. Okay, so
Lee
other
Evans,
the other one's
Billy Cundiff.
all right. So the other one's going to be the Cardinals. A good
Willis
off-
McGahee.
The Cardinals. a good-
LaRon
Oh
McClain.
In the news.
Yeah, tough,
All right, keep going.
tough.
All right. The other one's going to be the Cardinals. I'm gifting them a good
Anquan
offensive.
Bolden
Oh my god.
to the Cardinals. You're giving him back Anquan Bolden.
No.
Oh, that
Just
made
say
sense.
A good
Okay.
offensive coordinator, because we've seen in the preseason, Cliff Kingsbury, obviously, with all the hype that he's had, doesn't know how to use Kyler Murray by.
Well, Kyler Murray came out and said they're only using like 12 plays.
Yeah, that's a lot you don't know is like how much are they actually
That's
revealing.
true. They
How
could
about a
just
good
not be-
defensive coordinator because they have Vance Joseph and they've been getting waxed all off.
What's wrong with Vance Joseph?
I would.
Scotty, do you have a problem with Vance Joseph?
Well, I mean, he got a job with Denver after his Miami Dolphins ranked like
29th, yeah.
28th or 29th
Yeah.
total defense, and now he's just like getting waxed in the preseason. So.
All right, so I'm gonna go to mine. Scotty, you should have went last. I'm just gonna say it. Yours are great.
Thank you.
We're not gonna outdo them. You were itching at it.
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach. But I'm gonna give the Browns some caution because you're only setting yourself up for heartbreak when you're expecting them to go 14-2, 13-3, make the playoffs for the first time since 2003. That's just err on the side of caution and just get through that tough schedule to start the year, and then ease your way into it. When you see your name finally like in the hunt or in that playoff, that's like that's the line. Is like you can get excited in November, like early December, when your name's like in the hunt or like you're already in the wild or like you're already in the playoffs.
So what's the gift? What's the actual gift?
Some caution.
Give him some caution.
Some
Okay.
caution, yeah. And then for the Redskins, I'm going to give them the fountain of youth because you're trotting out Case Keenum. He's on his 4th team in 4 years as a starter.
Tough.
Yeah, tough. Probably more than that. What is it?
No, the Rams,
The-
Vikings, Broncos.
It's the Texans, though, before the Rams. So, like,
15.
fifth team in 6 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was the Rams twice. So, fountain of youth for him. Vernon Davis is still on the team, tight end. Fountain of youth for him. Adrian Peterson, fountain of youth for the running backs. And then, I don't know, someone probably on defense.
D'Angelo Hall should have never retired because he
He would get the fountain of youth.
I would love for him.
He
to
should have
get the
retired after DeAndre Hopkins punked him.
LeBron Landry.
Ron Landry.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not on
I
the
don't
team.
know. I don't know the Redskins defense by heart
No,
like I
you-
usually do.
Josh Norman.
I don't know. I probably would have gifted them a new team name.
Ooh,
Ooh,
controversial take.
good one. That's a good one.
All right, so Zach's got a controversial take, and we have who's Zach a fan of this week because he jumps around. And I'm going to say that Zach is going to be a fan of Dwayne Haskins this week.
Mm.
He's going to take Dwayne Haskins over the Ravens because it's a meaningless game, but it ends. He wants the Ravens' 16-game winning streak in the preseason to end because he'd rather have Dwayne Haskins look good because Ohio State quarterbacks never look good in the NFL.
It's a lost cause. At
That's
this
a good
point. I'd rather keep the streak going. To be honest.
Okay. You didn't even know about it.
Right.
When I mentioned it, okay. All right. Scotty, who's Zach a fan of?
I'm going to say the Redskins medical staff because they obviously failed RG3,
Right.
which ultimately got the Ravens RG3 to land, and they get him for 16 more seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's 16
That's-
seasons of a backup or starter.
That's nice.
So,
That's
you know,
nice.
there you go,
He was
RG3.
in Cleveland before you came to us.
We're on the same page with these so far today.
Yeah, you know, Zach, you could also be a fan of Kenny Young, the backup linebacker for Ravens, because after one day of signing Paul Warlow, as stated before in the podcast, he retired. So Baltimore just must be that bad. He must have walked through those doors and was like, it's a tough take to play here.
Tough. Now we'll go to Hard Knocks preview because Hard Knocks airs for us recording. It's tomorrow night. For the listener, it's going to be tonight on HBO.
We
Hard
finally
Knocks-
got that one right.
We did. That take 3. That's good.
Appointment viewing.
Yeah. So Hard Knocks, I think it's going to be a loaded episode. I am bummed because the Raiders, I don't know if you saw, but they're 3-0 now in the preseason. They won on a last-second field goal to beat Green Bay.
That sucks.
I know it does because I wanted them to get blown
Yeah,
out.
right.
When we were recording on Thursday night, they were down 21-10, and I just saw the score today
Yeah.
that they won. They
Nathan
scored.
Peterman.
Yeah,
God.
Nathan Peterman. We'll get into that. But the first thing is that we will have some drama because everything went wrong when they tried to go to Canada for the preseason game. Did you see this?
No.
They went up to Canada for the preseason, and they had to shorten the field. The field was
Oh,
only
right,
80,
the 80-yard field.
the field was only 80 yards because
Right.
of the goalpost removal at the CFL stadium. Difficulties there, and because there was all these turf patches, and then like this was such a flop because like Aaron Rodgers didn't even travel, and it's just going to make for a great Hard Rock segment with all of these like Raiders higher ups complaining about how bad the field is.
Right. Well, they're going to have a hard one to follow up to because, you know, last week was so epic and it was full of like good content. I don't know, man. I'm not as pumped about this season as,
Right.
know, but I hope, tomorrow's episode is loaded. I think that, it has a good twist to have, in there with the 80 yard, like the whole
Yeah.
field. But I think, what I'm really hoping for this week.
No kickoffs. No, they
Oh, they
banned
didn't do-
they
oh,
didn't
they
do
didn't do it?
kickoffs. Yeah, they didn't do kickoffs.
What do they do? Just put it at
Probably
the
at
yard
the
line?
25. Probably.
Jesus.
I would
That
imagine
sucks
every
for some
drive
players
starts.
who want to, get on
Yeah,
the team.
yeah, exactly. Earn a spot on special teams.
Yeah.
It's like where all the undrafted guys make it. It's like, oh, actually, you have the day off.
Right.
It's like, oh, did I make the team? It's like, actually, no, just go home.
Yeah.
Like, no, like back to your hometown because you're cut because we can't use you this week.
Yes, but what I really hope they include is the initial player reaction to Andrew Luck retiring. That would be cool if all the players are
Yeah.
on their phones are watching it and seeing everyone's initial reaction
That's true.
from
Are there
a
any
player's
former-
perspective.
By Saturday night, you think they had the episode already wrapped up in production?
That's what I'm afraid of. But then again, Mike Mayock, this was Saturday, and Mike Mayock came out last Saturday, and it was at the very end of the episode where he said,
Yeah.
it's time for AB to put up.
But that'll definitely be in because now we have AB is like, all right, he lost his second appeal, so he's gonna wear a new helmet, like whatever, it's done, it's squashed. But that's probably not gonna be in this episode.
So does he respond to Mike Mayock's comments to the
Probably,
to the camera?
yeah. So I think this episode is gonna have drama with that AB stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet. I think something's gonna be sweet. Give me some stats on Nathan Peterman because he went off.
Nathan Peterman, my permanent stand of the week. 23 for 37.
210 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
I meant to ask you what Mike Glennon did because I don't think it was as good.
4 for 9,
Ooh.
38 yards.
So the QB battle that keeps on giving, the backup job, obviously we've touched on it so much about how much we love Nathan Peterman.
Should be the
We just
starting
really
job.
want a controversy and
Yeah, and
And
we're
Hard Knocks.
we're gonna get it because we already wished for it. We got it.
Got
We
it?
got it. We got it because Gruden literally they've had discussions about who's winning the second string job, and now it looks like Glennon did start the game, so he's in the lead, but hard to ignore 210 yards and a couple touchdowns.
right, but I want it with Carr. I want someone to threaten Carr a little bit.
Yeah,
Not just someone. Nathan Peterman.
Nathan Peterman. It
Oh,
wouldn't
of
be
course.
it wouldn't be as cool if it was Glennon.
No one would watch that.
Nobody wants all that neck.
All right. Our next episode.
That's not
Our
fair.
next segment.
Next.
Our Twitter trend, and a lot going on in the
Ton.
Twitter sphere.
Yep.
Per usual. Who wants to start it off?
Go
And we
ahead.
got a lot that isn't. Sports related. Because we've already kind of touched on Andrew Luck a ton.
Sure. Did you hear? Not to be political, because this is the name is as far as I'll go politically. But Donald Trump said he would want.
Who?
What did he say? Yeah. Who? What did he say? He wanted to nuke a hurricane, and I'm pretty sure that was a plot line in a Sharknado.
It's
So
like when Adam West went to go stab the ocean.
you won't hurt anyone
Yeah.
anymore.
That's kind of where I got it at. But anyway, other news: Eddie Murphy back in the news. He's going to be hosting SNL on December
cool.
21st.
That's cool.
We kind of feel left out because I feel like his heyday was right
Yeah.
around the time we were born.
Right.
So one of my favorite, I think my all-time favorite comedy is the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence
Never seen it.
and Bernie Mac, the guy who passed away. Bernie Mac.
Never
yeah.
seen it.
Oh,
I'll
love
see it.
Yeah, need to watch it.
Jotting it down.
Yep, jot it down.
Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare. Yeah,
That's a good one.
That was
That was my kid movie. That was like at the very the
end of
closing
your
doors.
end of your youth. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, this is the last kids movie I can watch without them being like, why aren't you watching sports?
Right.
What else is trending?
I would say El Camino, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, which a lot of people are, and Shelby won't watch because I don't know why. And El Camino, a movie about Jesse Pinkman for the movie, is coming out, and they just released a trailer, and they released the date, which is going to be mid-October. It was just out of nowhere, and it's like, man, we don't even have to wait that long. It
Is
was so
Jesse
sweet.
Pinkman the guy from Malcolm in the Middle in Breaking Bad?
No.
Okay, he's the skinny guy.
Yeah.
Who is Malcolm in the
Paul.
Middle's sidekick?
Yep.
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul. Yep.
See, I'm getting the hang of this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch the whole. Just binge it and let me know if it's
Binge
not
it by October.
If you don't binge it by October, I'll be mad.
How about I binge it and after every time I finish the season, I'll give my reaction on the pod.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got to.
Okay.
'Cause
It's a
with-
thing.
Yeah, it has to be because Scotty and I can kind of guide him through it as being multiple viewings.
I'm already regretting it.
I rewatch it every year.
So he has
Every
cancer to
October.
start the show.
He finds out the first episode he has cancer.
Saw the first 20 minutes of the series.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to get through that first season.
Oh, is it bad?
It's not
No.
bad. It's not bad.
The
It's just
first episode.
you just gotta power
And he
through.
works
just-
at a car wash.
Yep.
Oh,
I need you to go outside and do some wipe downs.
okay.
What am I to do?
Fuck you and your eyebrows.
And your eyebrows. You'll get that.
that's
You'll get there, bud.
yeah, that's a good one. I'll laugh at that later. What's next? Do we have? Oh, guys, we're gonna rip your rankings.
Let's go.
New segment alert. Rip your rankings. Yeah, we have. We already had Christmas in August. Our new segment. Our second new segment is Rip Your Rankings. We're gonna have one of us give out their top 10, top 5 of whatever prompt we have, and then Scotty and I are just gonna unload on it, just rip it to shreds, and make you feel so ignorant and unsatisfied.
Should we
for
go
even
one by
making
Yeah,
it.
so naturally I get to give the rankings.
Should we
because-
give one by one? Go one by one and say top 10?
No, I think Zach should just read it off in its
Yeah,
entirety
all of it.
and then just kind of rip it.
Just
All right,
ripping
go ahead.
Zach as a pastime
'Cause I
for
already-
the podcast.
I wrote
so-
my top 10 just out of nowhere. It's
That would
top
have been
10.
smart.
It's top 10 NFL coaches. Top 10 NFL coaches. Zach's gonna read his list, and then we're gonna just dive right into
Sure.
it.
All right, go ahead, Zach.
All right, my top 10. Bill Belichick, obviously.
In order. Right,
In order.
from 1 to 10.
Yeah. you want me to go 10 to 1?
Yeah, go
Last
10 to 1.
three, first 3, middle 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break up 10 divided by 3. Name your top 3.33 coaches.
Multiply by pi. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
So, top 10, obviously. Bill Belichick.
Number 1.
Yeah. Sean Payton, number 2. Mike Tomlin, number 3.
Oh, my God.
Pete Carroll, number 4. John Gruden, number 5. Bill O'Brien, number 6.
Bill O'Brien, the Crimson Chin.
John Harbaugh, number 7. I would have put him in number
That's a
6.
homer pick.
But, yeah, I got to switch it because of Homer. Then we're going to have Doug Peterson, Sean McVay, and then Matt Nagy.
Oh, boy.
All right, so read it again. Belichick, Peyton, Tomlin, Carroll,
Gruden.
Gruden,
O'Brien,
O'Brien, Harbaugh,
Peterson.
Peterson, McVay, Nagy.
Mhm.
A lot to dissect there. First of all, how is Andy Reid not on the top 10 list?
That is wild.
That is criminal. You should be tried. You should go to Salem right now and be just like, this guy's a witch.
I would open Alcatraz back up just to send Zach there alone.
You deserve like the Al Capone treatment. So Andy Reid, that's the first thing. How is he not on the list? He was my third. I had Pete Carroll number 2. You had him at 4.
2?
I had Pete Carroll at 2 in front of Andy Reid, and then Sean Payton 4. Because a lot of people forget how many years Sean Payton missed the playoffs with Drew Brees. But John Gruden at number 5. When what?
How do you have John Gruden on the list?
Yeah,
he took Tony. I'm sorry. He stole Tony Dungy's ring.
Even so, he had his Super Bowl 17 years ago.
Do you know after the Super Bowl he has a losing record as a coach?
1 playoff appearance with Jeff Garcia.
Oh boy, that's rough.
Lost to the Giants at home.
You also have Mike Tomlin at number 3.
Tomlin number 3. What on earth? Because he has a Super Bowl.
Does he have 2?
He has
went
1.
to 2. That's
Bill
right.
Cowers last year.
Yeah.
They won a Super Bowl. But how many losing teams does Tomlin lose to? They beat the teams they're supposed to. They lose to all these sub 500 squads.
I mean, generally they're chokers to the Patriots, just like the Chiefs are.
How many seasons does he have where he was under 500 at the end of the season?
Tomlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
almost none.
I get that, but then you factor in all the playoff disappointments, like losing at home to Jacksonville twice, and I don't know, Tomlin at 3, or is that where you had him? Tomlin at 3? That's a tough take.
How'd you leave out Adam Gase?
Jesus.
Just kidding.
But Pete Carroll after Tomlin, I kind of think is criminal because you go Super Bowl victory, Super Bowl stupid call where you should have won back-to-back championships. 2015 they win a playoff game. 2016 they win the division. 2017 last year, did they win a playoff game last year? They lost to Dallas in the first round.
Who's that?
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah, but still,
I mean, if you're going to put Mike Tomlin up there, you might as well put Jason Garrett right there with him.
Right.
Jason Garrett and Mike Tomlin, there's nothing that...
Besides the Super Bowl.
Yeah, agreed.
And Tomlin's had a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Tough take.
Yep.
But Andy Reid's the criminal one. Bill O'Brien at number 6.
That's terrible.
Never sniffed anything besides the divisional round.
He's also relatively a lot newer than.
No, he'll be out after this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill O'Brien is on his way out.
I would argue that because the AFC South is wide open for him now.
Well, now. Okay.
So,
but then my other thing with Pete Carroll is any year before the season starts, I could be like, yeah, the Seahawks can make the Super Bowl. That's why I think he should be higher.
well, I feel the same way about the Steelers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially in recent years coming out of the AFC North.
Oh my gosh, Zach, you're crazy, dude. You have Matt Nagy in there over Anthony Lynn of the Chargers.
Anthony Lynn was my 10, and he's Matt Nagy's. It's his 10.
Well,
wait, Matt Nagy, what? He's coached 1 year.
1 year, but Anthony Lynn has coached 2 years.
And Matt Nagy went 1 year and went 1 and done in the playoffs, and Zach thinks he's the top 10 coach.
Yep. But I mean,
with Vic Fangio running the defense.
I mean, to be fair, Anthony Lynn also just did that.
Well, Anthony Lynn won a playoff game on the road.
That's true.
In Baltimore.
Ravens.
That's true.
Yeah,
right.
That's tough.
They should have put in Joe Flacco.
I would put Sean McVay over Doug Peterson, even though Peterson has the ring. McVay
with a backup quarterback.
McVay has literally taken a dumpster fire, turned it into relevancy, winning back-to-back division championships
put him in my top
and
5.
a conference championship.
Yep.
Yeah, I had McVay at 5. Bill O'Brien's the biggest one to me. Besides missing Andy Reid, Bill O'Brien at 6. Harbaugh I had at number 6, and you have him at 7, so not really a homer pick. But yeah, if you're 5 and 6, Gruden and O'Brien back-to-back, that's a tough hill to die on.
I can't Gruden's the one for me. Gruden's been back 1 year, 7 years, $100 million, went 4-12.
Literally has not done anything of relevance in over a decade.
I mean, they could have just kept Jack Del Rio, and it would have been the exact same situation.
4-12. They could have hired Gruden this year.
Yeah,
that is tough.
That's
top
a tough
5
take.
Gruden.
I feel like Gruden's most of his work is off the field, kind of getting all those first-round draft picks. We have to see how that's going to play out this season.
That's tough. You're leaving out Mike Mayock's work.
Well,
Mayock wasn't hired until the end of this past season.
Even so, you made a good offseason move to get first-round picks, but you haven't even let them equate into wins, and you're already putting them in the top 5. I mean, if you're hopeful on it, good for you.
Right, I could pick 3 fifth-rounders in the first round, and I could be a top 5 coach just because I have the picks doesn't mean I utilize the picks and become a top 5
fair,
pick.
I made these ranking decisions in the last I had to make them in like 5 seconds because I didn't rank them before we started the segment. Because
Yeah,
thought
I
was
didn't
just
make that clear.
throwing in a melting pot of the best 10 coaches.
Honestly, if you're putting Gruden in the top 5, why isn't like Adam Gase or Jason Garrett in there?
Because of the Super Bowl that he won before.
Zach, what does your shirt say? Neckbeard?
17 years ago.
The band, neck deep.
Oh, okay. Who else could they could throw in because Zach put Gruden in his top 5? Ron Rivera could be in there.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
That's a good
Dan
one.
Quinn. Dan Quinn.
Yeah,
literally
Dan Quinn.
took the Falcons to the Super Bowl,
Right.
then beat the Rams on the road the next year in the playoffs.
Yeah, everyone in the NFC South at this point, because Bruce Arians could be
Yeah.
up there right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can make that argument.
Yeah, just took
Arians coming back is so much more meaningful than Gruden coming back,
Right.
as far as impact goes, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. Because you can't just Gruden doesn't come back and immediately go into the top 5. He hasn't coached in 10 years.
right.
Arians can go in the top 10 in his first year back, I think.
You could even throw if you want to.
He's never even been to Bruce Arians ever even been to an NFC Championship game?
Yeah, just
Yes.
2015 with the Cardinals.
Yeah, they got blown out by the Panthers, but
I just watched All or Nothing.
Is that after they beat the
Packers
Yes.
on that Larry Fitzgerald
Yeah.
play.
Yep.
Okay. I remember.
And like another one, you could even make the case of Doug Marrone if Gruden's in there. You can make the case of Doug Marrone. Went to an AFC Championship.
yeah.
I mean, down year last year,
It's
obviously.
just a bummer I didn't have Marvin
I mean,
Lewis
him
as an
and
option.
Bill O'Brien are pretty equal, right in the dad middle, I think.
Right. Yeah. They're. I don't know. Zach, this was tough, but that's the good part of the segment.
Zach, you got. I don't know, man.
You went out on a limb.
You got 7. You got 7.
You went out on the limb because I really thought you could just like Google top 10 coaches right now and just copy that list, and we probably wouldn't have much of an argument.
Right.
But you just went on Bunker Hill,
So
Revolutionary War Bunker Hill, and
Yeah.
just died on
If
it.
I
with John Gruden at
Thanks for the terrible
if I had
takes.
to go back, I would probably take out Bill O'Brien and Nagy and replace him with Vrabel and Frank Reich.
Vrabel? Why?
What has he done? 1 year they missed the
In
playoffs.
2 years,
One
One
year.
year.
I feel like he's done a really good job transforming the Titans from being 4 wins to
The
in the
year before he
conversation?
came there, they won a playoff game in Arrowhead.
Remember, it was like they like didn't fire him and then fired
Malarkey.
Mike Malarkey.
I don't know.
And you haven't even mentioned, like, yeah, I was wrong about Andy Reid. Andy Reid? Yikes.
Surprised you
Okay.
didn't put like Kyle Shanahan. In
I
there.
know.
That's
He's-
what.
He's
that's
the
such
odds
a
on he's the
millennial-
odds on favorite to win Coach of the Year.
That's ridiculous.
According to
Jesus.
That's such a
several
millennial
offshores account.
take.
Very millennial take. Good looking guy, he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Good looking
Good-looking
Yeah,
quarterback.
it might as well be Cliff
quarterback
Kingsbury.
and coach. Quarterback
Yeah.
and coach, both good looking.
Freaking celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time. One of my favorite segments. IrrationalNFL.com headline reactions. Zach went first last week. I went first the week before. That means Scotty's going first
Oh.
now.
Boy, ready for this drap fest.
Oh
Let's
no,
go.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, we don't want you to do it either.
All right, I guess I'll go first. All right, here we go. NFL.com. Pat Center Andrews hospitalized with blood clot. Said to be bunkmates with Chris Voss. Rogers reaction to Luck's retirement disgusting. Said while seen chugging brews in the Indy crowd. O'Brien Texans still have a good situation at running back. Zach has the Alfred Blues because he can't stop standing Bill O'Brien and his butt chin. Week 3 rookie grades. Giant QB Jones leads pack. Jones leads Packers to the playoff game after Rodgers hospitalized with alcohol poisoning. Colts Reich. Luck did not let team down by retiring like Zach let Frank Reich down by not putting him in his top 10. Rosenthal's winners and losers. Clowney to be traded. Clowney a winner being traded to a loser team inevitably. Gruden feels strongly Skins won't trade Williams. Has no idea about Trent Williams' idea to trade the Skins. Brady reacts to Luck's early retirement. It's his life. Luck responds, my son's not going to kiss himself. Sessler, Luck critics, Brown O-line on my radar. The 3 are probably getting together for a wrestling match. I don't know. Who's Sessler?
He's a rider.
Who?
All right, you want to count me in?
Yeah.
Zach, you're last on this one. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're good. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
How about 3, 2, 1?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Pat Center Andrews hospitalized with blood clot. Belichick responds, doesn't really follow him. Rogers, reaction to Luck's retirement, disgusting. Did he call his brother to get his retirement reaction? O'Brien, running back, a good situation. O'Brien, newfound confidence after hearing Zach's power rankings. Week 3 rookie grades. Jones leads pack. Before Scar, Pat Shurmur kills Eli Manning by throwing him off a cliff into a stampede. Colts Colts, Reich, Luck did not let team down by retiring. Jacoby Brissett begs to differ. Clowney to be traded unless he has another viral hit that knocks a guy's helmet off and we all get hype on him. Gruden feels strongly Skins won't trade Williams. Also feels strongly no one wants to trade for Case Keenum. Brady reacts to Luck's early retirement. It's his life. Luck reacts to Brady's prolonged retirement. You're going to die in 7 days. Sessler, Luck critics Browns O-line on my radar. Browns O-line, Sessler is on my radar.
Good. All right, now it's my turn. Who wants to count me in?
All right.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Hey, all
3,
right.
2, 1, Zach.
Pat Center Andrews hospitalized with blood clot. Apparently, blood clot is a bad roommate. Rogers' reaction to Luck's retirement. Rogers' reaction to Luck's retirement disgusting. Not as disgusting as Danica Patrick's downstairs situation. O'Brien, Texans still have a good situation at running back, but it's not as good as O'Brien's jawline. Week 3 rookie grades. Giants QB Jones leads pack if that pack is made up of shelter dogs. Colts Reich, Luck did not let team down by retiring, did bring down Irsay's Kokai. Rosenthal's winners, losers. Clowney to be traded. Clowney the loser. Texans trading staff the winner. Gruden feels strongly Skins won't trade Williams. Which one? Because there's a lot of Williams.
Who?
Exactly. Brady reacts to Luck's early retirement. It's his life. It's now or never. He ain't going to live forever. I just want to live my life
I
alive.
almost had that.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Classic. That's a good one.
Sessler, Luck critics, Browns O-line on my radar. No longer has to worry about Luck's hairline.
Ooh. Zach went for the jugular on these.
He always does.
I know.
Always.
He goes straight forward. We kind of feed around the bush a little bit.
Yeah. And if I would like to throw
Yeah,
in
Patrick.
the Jim Irsay comment, if I could just give one more Christmas in August, I had this written down too. I would give it to Jim Irsay. I would give him a hall pass. Just give him an airplane passageway, a bottle of Jack, and go crazy on that thing. You know, just give him the airway for the night. Let him drive that thing. Let him drink a little booze, get a little tipsy, and a hall pass.
All pass for him. Well, Scotty's in the mood of giving, and we're going to give you guys another episode coming up on Thursday night. We appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Namaste.